welcome back to my channel, and hi if you're new. I am so honored to have you with me here today. So you already saw that title. Today's video is going to be about what other people assume about you. So I got the tea for you guys. There's going to be some 18 plus messages sprinkled in there. But if you want the real 18 plus tea, that's going to be in the OG reading. Yes, that is a reading for all of my subscribers, of course, at the end of the video. And it's going to be about what others assume that you're like in bed. Okay, if you want to know, I got that for you at the end of the video. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop straight into the pile selection, all right? Pile number 1 is rose quartz. Pile number 2 is fluorite. And pile number 3 is red jasper. Or at least I believe this is red jasper. Hey there, pile number 1, and welcome to your reading. Be sure to smash the like button on your way in here and subscribe to my channel if you would like. I'd love to have you here. I am available for personal readings. If you would like one from me, you can check out my website, lunalighttarot.com, and also be sure to check out the OG reading if you're subscribed to me. That's all about what others assume you're like in bed. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. What do others assume about you? I'm using the Tarot of Dreams right now. Ooh, we got the Queen of Wands. Oh my God. Others assume that you know how attractive you are, but I feel that even if you know that you're good looking, you don't understand how people see you, all right? Queen of Wands here. So she's the hottest queen in the deck. So you guys are looking fly all the time. Some of you could wear glasses, by the way, or wear contacts, even wear colored contacts. People really like your jewelry that you wear as well. So others assume that you have really great style, that you spend a lot of time getting ready, or that you have, you really curated your style very well. Others assume that you're kind of picky about your style, and that you take a long time to shop or to pick things out for yourself because you seem well put together and really well curated. Other people also assume that you have a sunny disposition about you, or that you have a really bright energy that you don't show to everyone. It's almost like you kind of keep some sides of yourself hidden, and then to other people you reveal how fun and lighthearted you can be. Again, these are assumptions about you, so it doesn't have to be how you actually are. It's what people are thinking about you. If you have colored eyes, some people could assume that they're contacts or things like that, especially if you're a race people don't usually assume have colored eyes. So that's an interesting thing coming up here. People assume that you get a lot of attention, also being the Queen of Wands, and that you attract a lot of people to you. People assume that your DMs are full, that kind of thing. Oh, 5 of Swords. People assume that you're a bit of trouble, that you are not the easiest person to get to know, and that you could be trouble in a friend group, or you're that hot friend who is stealing other people's mans and things like that. I don't think that you're like that actually, but people could assume that you are secretly trouble, and that if they get close to you, they might see your dark side or things like that. I really don't feel like it's like that at all. People could assume that you secretly cause competition, or that you're in competition with other people for attention, or for people's partners and things like that. I don't really see that that's true. I just feel that people feel like you could take their partner, or that their partner would be interested in you, so they kind of assume that that you'd be interested in their partner as well when you're just minding your own damn business. So that is so funny. Oh my gosh. People assume that you're kind of badass as well, and that maybe you've taken a martial arts class, or you know how to fence or sword fight, you know how to fight. Because with the 5 of Swords here, it's you can cut a bitch, pardon my French. Also, speaking of cutting these hoes, it seems People assume that you're really striking with your words and that you could like read somebody up and down, you know, like people do not want smoke with you. Pawn number one, people do not want the smoke because they assume that you got it all. You know what I mean? You got the gunpowder, you got the smoke, you know, like you don't mess with pawn number one. All right. Strength in reverse. Yeah, people assume that you have like this hidden strength that you don't really show everybody, that you're kind of like a lion on the inside. Maybe you're someone who's like a little bit shy, or you're just a little bit slow to open up to people. And people take that as you having hidden strength, okay? People also assume that you have a strong intuition and that you're really in touch with your intuition. And also that you don't let others... How do I say this? You don't let others influence you very easily. Like, you have to agree with somebody to let them influence your opinion. And if you don't agree with them, you won't be budging on, you know, whatever you're into or you believe in. Again, the jewelry coming through super strong here. You could look really great in gold jewelry. Maybe you wear a lot of gold jewelry. For my silver people out there, I'm not forgetting you. People assume that you have really great teeth, that you take really great care of your teeth. That you have white teeth, okay? Even if you don't really like smile very often, they would assume that you take really great care of your teeth. People assume that you, if you're someone who likes to wear makeup, people assume that you do your makeup really well, or that you like watch videos about it to learn how to do it so well, because they feel like you have really great makeup skills, again, style skills. For my guys out there, this is just like, they assume that you must have a skincare routine because your skin is like really great. Actually, for everyone out there, they assume that you have a really great skincare routine. What do others assume about you? All right, King of Coins. Okay, people assume that you have a lot of money and that you're very financially well off. Not only that, people assume that you are financially literate and that you understand how to invest and how to make your money work for you, okay? People could also assume that you know how to braid. You know how to braid hair very well, or that you know how to take care of your hair very well, and that you're really good at that. People could assume that you're good at building things, whether that be building a business, building up your finances, your savings, building literal something like building a computer, building a house. People assume that you're good with your hands. You're like handy. You're good at building things. Like they would call you over to build the IKEA furniture with you. You know what I mean? Okay, justice in reverse. People assume that you do not give second chances and that you don't care for people's like excuses for why they did or did not do something, okay? You're really about like truth and honesty, and if someone doesn't show you that, you'll turn your back on them. That's what they assume. That if someone, you know, doesn't come to you with the honest truth, you'll just cut them out of your life. Okay, rose quartz, is that true or not? And interesting. All right, we're gonna look at the What's the Tea deck now by Fire Witch Tarot on YouTube. What do others assume about you? Divine Spirit, what do others assume about rose quartz? Lonely. Okay, others assume that you could be a bit lonely. Maybe that like, okay, maybe you're just someone who has like a few friends, or you keep your friend circle small. They could assume that you are actually a bit lonely. The family issues card. You know what I mean? You know what I'm seeing here is that others could assume that you don't really mess with your family like that. And I don't want to say it like it's a bad thing. I feel like others assume that you're very like independent and that you don't care about being alone if it means you're going to be in a good energy. You know what I mean? So if your family members are like people who are toxic or putting you down, you're not someone to just stay around the family functions, just have something to do. You know what I mean? You'd rather be lonely. That's really what I'm getting. Not necessarily that you're lonely, but you would rather be alone than deal with people's BS. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Yeah, because the wasting time here is here. Like, you don't waste your time on people. People assume that you do not waste your time. Okay, you're not someone to just stay stuck in a situation with limited options. Okay, you're like, I gotta move on. I gotta do my own thing. Okay, what I'm also getting here is that people could assume that you leave others feeling lonely because, again, we have that you are not afraid to like move on and do your own thing. Okay. Others assume that a lot of people are curious about you and that they find you to be really appealing. You have somewhat of like a star quality, or this like even like a magical type of quality where people are really interested in you and they want to know what you're up to, you know, what you think about things. I feel like your opinion weighs very heavily in like work or around your friends. Like people take your opinion very seriously and they want to get your advice. So yeah, people assume that a lot of people are curious about you and that, you know, your DMs are full, that kind of thing. What do others assume about rose quartz? Divine Spirit. Okay. Extra triggered. Oh my God. Other people assume that your beauty leaves people triggered, okay? Like you can walk into a room and heads are turning, people are fixing their hair, you know, girls are checking their breath, people going to the bathroom, trying to see how they're looking, like triggered, you know what I mean? Yeah, your beauty is like really, like I'm hearing off the chain, off the charts. You know what I mean? Y'all are hot. So people assume that you kind of trigger other people in that way. People also assume that you can trigger people with your words and that you're really to the point and you're not afraid of like, you know what I mean, saying what you need to say. Like I'm hearing scorpion strike. Like, shout out to my Scorpios out there. Okay. What do others assume about you? Facts. No facts. Never has the facts, makes shit up, idol, loved, respected, admired, and fan. Okay, what I'm getting here, it's funny because we have the big facts and the magnifying glass. I'm just going to read these intuitively, obviously. Others assume that you have the facts, okay? And that others do not know about you. You're very mysterious is what I'm getting here. Like, people don't have any facts about you. They never have the facts. So they have to make shit up about you to, you know, be able to like fantasize because you're so private, okay, is what I'm getting at. You're a very private person. So yeah, people assume that you're the only one who kind of has the facts on you. You're the only one who has the receipts. Like everyone else is kind of guessing and making things up, you know? Everyone's like, what's the tea on rose quartz? Like, do you have any tea? Do you have any tea? Oh, we gotta make something up because there's like nothing out here. Overall, people are seeing you though as being like respected and admired, okay? Definitely respected and admired. That's kind of the reason why people are like assuming that maybe you have to be, you know, like something has to be wrong behind the scenes, right? When you're really just happy. I feel like a lot of you guys are just happy. Or just, you know, just doing your own thing. But people have no facts on you, so they have to kind of like make up these humanizing elements about you. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, if you got to know rose quartz, like that might steal your man. Like, you know, they're probably lonely, but really you're over there. You're lonely is not lonesome, or like you're alone is not lonely. So they don't even have those facts. As Brittany would say, they're not acquainted with the facts. Okay. Brittany, the intuitive cosmic wifey. Okay. What do others assume about you? What do others assume about you? Just like a couple more from this deck. Yeah, one more. Boss daddy. Whoop, whoop. Okay, it says stable, rich, business owner, CEO, and BDE. All right. If you don't know what that stands for, you can read it on the card. But all right, people assume that you have boss energy. You're a boss. You're making your money. You're counting checks. You could even be someone who like counts checks for other people. You could be the CEO of your own company. You know, you have your own business, that kind of thing. Yeah, people assume that you're getting that money, okay? You look like it. You look like you have money. You look successful. You look happy. So people just kind of assume that about you. All right. Okay, let's get into a little bit of some 18 plus messages. I'm not going to go too deep because that's what we have the OG reading for. Be sure to be subscribed. If you do go to the OG reading, it's all about what others assume you're like in bed, but we're going to get a little bit, like a little taste of what that's going to be like. So yeah, what do others assume about rose quartz? These are the Divine Masculine Beast Unleashed deck, also by Fire Witch Tarot. Oh, it says, your sex is my ultimate high. Bruh. So other people assume that you are fantastic. Fantastic in bed. Okay. They assume that you are so good. Okay. The punani or the PP is just whatever you got, guys. It's on point. All right, sex game is on point. They assume, okay. You know what I just heard? What's that Nicki Minaj lyric where she goes like, Cookie got me famous. Oh, Cookie came with the throat game, something like that. They assume you got it all, okay? You got the cookie, you got the throat game. Everything's on point, guys. Try not to make this too 18 plus. But yeah, they assume that you are amazing in bed. What do others assume about you? Others could also assume that you like to get high sometimes. You may like to get a little tipsy on the weekends. You like to, you know, smoke weed or something like that. You know, they like to get high. Okay, they could assume about that. What do others assume about pound number 1? I'm hearing more of like a weekend thing. Okay, what do others assume about pound number 1? Your sex is gonna make me put a ring on it. Ooh, I'm telling you, they think your sex is gonna be so good. Other people assume that if they were to get with you sexually, they would be hooked. Like, that's it. Hook, line, and sinker. They're gonna have to marry you now. You know what I mean? Like, others also assume that you are marriage material. And if they were to get close to you, like, they would probably find that out. Because the thing is, these people thinking that you may have like issues if they get to know you, they're just being pessimistic. You know what I mean? When they really think about it and they're optimistic, they're probably my future spouse, that kind of thing. Okay, it says, this next one says, what I need is a few bottles of wine and a hell of a good time. Okay, definitely people could assume that you like to get a little tipsy on the weekends. You like to go out with your friends and like have a drink or two, that kind of thing. People assume that you're a hell of a good time in bed and out of bed. Like, you're just a good person to be around. Like, you're a lot of fun and you're very sexy. A lot of this energy is also like intimidation, I have to say. So people are almost like making things up. Like I said, no facts, right? They're making things up to make you seem more human, LOL, because you seem so like perfect and posh on the surface. So they have to think like, oh, you know, like, maybe they have family issues and that's why they don't like go home very much. But really you just like live like so far away from your home and your parents. You don't get to see them very often, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Or like, oh my God, they must be lonely. Like, where are their friends? But you talk to your friends all the time. You FaceTime your friends, just don't get to see them. That kind of thing. They gotta make something up because they're like intimidated. Okay, what do others assume about you? What do others assume about my pound number 1, rose quartz? What do others assume about rose quartz, divine spirit? Bruh, you need a good pounding with the way you've been acting. Whew. Oh my goodness. Others could assume that you're into some like rough sex, okay? They could also assume that you know what you like in bed. And they could also assume that your attitude, quote unquote, or like when you do snap at somebody, they think it's hot. Period. I don't even care if y'all told somebody they look like a pinhead, or you know you had to like really cuss somebody out. It doesn't matter if they're the same, you know, same sex as you. It doesn't matter. They were turned on, bro, because they didn't think that you had it like that, and then you did. And then you did. So turn them on. Something about your assertiveness turns people on. Even if you're not like, you know, popping off. I feel like with the way you stand up for yourself, people think is very sexy. Okay? All right. What's the last one here, divine spirit? What do others assume about rose quartz? Last card. Oh, bruh. I cannot wait to wake up and F you first thing in the morning. Okay, they could assume, people assume that you look beautiful in the morning, or that you look beautiful at all times. Like, it's not just when you put makeup on, but it's all the time. And they could assume that you could like morning sex, right? They're just like freaky like that. You know what I mean? They assume you're a little freaky. Okay. Okay, let me calm down. Okay, whoa. It says, put me to sleep with your mouth. Oh, what did I say about the throat game? Okay, I'm gonna leave it there because this is not 18 plus, but I mean, maybe it should be. Yikes. I probably should be. Okay, anyway, it's at least 17 plus, you know what I mean? Like 16, 17 plus. Okay, let's get into it. What do others assume about you? I got my white cards here. I haven't seen these in probably a while. What do others assume about you? Rose quartz. What do others assume about rose quartz, divine spirit? Oh, this came out in reverse. Past returning, rekindle, return to broken promises, honeymoon phase, and buyer beware. Others assume that you would never go back to your past. Like I said, it's one and done. It's one and done. Like, others assume that you would never give someone from your past another chance. Okay? And that's it. Like, you get your chance and that's it. You have a whole line here. You gotta keep it moving. You know what I mean? Okay, what do others assume about you? It's in a roller coaster. You can't get back in line. You know what I mean? What do others assume about you? Divine spirit for rose quartz. Okay. I'm thinking about moving on. LOL. People really assume that you just move on like this. Like, it's so easy for you to move on. It is so easy for you to move on. Others assume that you low-key make people thirsty on purpose. Because, again, you're really fine. Y'all are really fine. Literally, the Queen of Wands being clarified by extra triggered. Like, your beauty literally triggers people. So they assume that you're making them hot on purpose, right? Like for attention or something. But you just fine. You just fine for real. And it just, you just be living your life as a fine person. And people be thirsty for it. Like, it's not your fault. They need some water. You know what I mean? All right. Ooh, the responsibilities of this relationship are not appealing to me right now. Y'all could be single at the moment. Other people assume that you're not really looking for a relationship right now. Or if you are in a relationship, others assume that you're happy in a relationship. You're not really willing to like branch out and like continue dating other people. They feel like the person that you're with, you're going to be with. They assume that you're going to like be with this person. Other people assume that you are content when it comes to like your friend and like social life. You're not really looking to branch out and like meet a bunch of new people and, start establishing new relationships with them, whether that's platonic or romantic. What do others assume about you? Pile number 1. Oh, y'all are some heartbreakers, or that's what people think about you. I just don't see this working out. I'm sorry. Yeah, they assume that you would just turn them down. That's so funny. Yeah, they assume that you wouldn't be interested in them. Okay. Your eyes are intoxicating. Yeah, you guys have some really, really beautiful eyes, especially if you wear glasses or like contacts. People are interested in your glasses. But yeah, your eyes are gorgeous. I'm seeing like brown eyes, beautiful brown eyes, and also colored eyes. Okay, let's see. Y'all are like, Luna, that's all eyes. I'm like, oh. I get it. I know what I said, I mean it. Okay, I need to explore all my possibilities right now. Yeah, let's assume that you cannot be tied down. Okay, I know I said about like a relationship, you're gonna be happy in a relationship. I still stand by that. What I mean here is that it's like you have a lot of opportunities when it comes to life, and you're really willing to explore those things. But like I said, you're really good with your money, right? People assume that you're willing to explore opportunities with your money, and that you're really trying to look inward for what you want. Like these possibilities are more like you're searching inward for yourself. People assume that you do a lot of inner work and that you're always kind of searching inward for your more possibilities. Does that make sense? For more possibilities, you're searching inward. What do others assume about you? What do others assume about rose quartz? Just here are the last 2 ones. Sorry, just 2 more. Divine Spirit. Okay. MoveOn.com. LOL. Oh my God. And take mixed signals as a no. This is so funny. Yeah, people assume that you would move on in an instant. Like you are the cutoff queen or king or royalty, if you want to, if you don't resonate with those. But yeah, cutoff king, queen, royalty. you just move on, you know? You don't take mixed signals as like, oh, are they into me? Like, should I figure it out? You're like, no. Mixed signals are a no. Others assume that you know your worth because you're so attractive. You know, you have to know your worth. Others assume that you know that you're really hot, but I feel like you don't even understand like how hot you are. You know, you see your own features every day, and someone else sees you and they're like, damn, like I've never seen someone that looks like you before. And you're like, oh, really? I see it all the time. So you don't even realize like how attractive you are. All right, that is it for today. I hope that you all enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Wednesday. If you would like to get a personal reading from me or just find out more about me, check out my website lunarlighttarot.com. That's where you can book with me and find out more about me. And what else? I have the OG reading for you all. It's going to be all about what do others assume that you're like in bed. You know you want to know, so you gotta make sure you're subscribed to listen to that reading. Of course, it's for all my subscribers. And that is it. Hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Okay, love and light. Bye. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and find out what others assume about you. Be sure to smash the like button on your way in and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Wednesday. If you'd like a personal reading with me, you can check out my website, lunarlighttarot.com. And of course, I got the OG reading for you all. It's going to be all about what do others assume you're like in bed. That is all for my subscribers, so be sure to subscribe. You can check out that reading. All right, whew. Let's go ahead and get into your reading then. What do others assume about you? For fluorite, what do others assume about fluorite, divine spirit? Okay. 6 of Cups in reverse. Okay. Others assume that you're a very giving person, but only to the people who really give to you as well. Okay. Others also assume that you could be younger than you are. You could have a bit of like a baby face. Okay. Others assume that you've grown up very well, that you like are very well adjusted, and that you are like much more beautiful than you are when you were younger, or like you had a glow up recently. Others assume that you're like in touch with your inner child, or that you just like doing things that you did when you were a child. Like you have this childlike innocence or like youthfulness to you, you know, in the face and also in spirit. Okay. The Lover's card. Others assume that you are a fantastic lover when it comes to like being in bed and also romance. I feel like you'd be a really great romantic partner because of how giving you are, that you're a very like sweet, kind person. Okay, we have the 8 of Cups in reverse. Others assume that you don't really like get drunk like that, or that you don't really drink very much. Maybe you could be like sober. Others assume that, oh, it's the 5 of Cups, sorry. But what I said still stands. Others assume that you make good decisions in life and that you don't often end up in situations where you regret things, okay? That you're very careful to make like very particular decisions. Or others could also assume that you've been through some difficult times in the past, but you've been able to heal and become a really great person. Others assume that you're very passionate in bed, by the way. What do others assume about fluorite, divine spirit? What do others assume about those who chose fluorite? All right. The 6 of Coins. Okay. Others assume that you, again, a very giving person. Others assume that you're very kind, like very sweet. They could assume that you have a good amount of money and that you wear expensive jewelry, or you have expensive material items. Others assume that you have a lot to give when it comes to like, again, romance or friendship, that you're a really good friend. You're someone who's like very honest and giving. That's what they assume about you. I see you have like a very kind looking face. Okay. Others assume that you know what you're doing when it comes to deceitful people, and that you can really sniff out others who are trying to play with your emotions. What else am I getting here? Yeah, I'm getting like the human lie detector kind of vibe. Like you understand people very well. You could read people very well. Others assume that you're very truthful. And again, you can like tell when people are not telling the truth. Okay. Others assume that you get a lot of creative ideas when it comes to the Four of Coins. Others assume that you get a lot of creative ideas when it comes to like business. I'm sorry, I just realized this is the Four of Coins, not the Six of Coins. But again, this still stands. You like really good with your money and things like that. They could assume that you're also like into saving, that you like save very well. Okay. Let's go ahead and check out the What's the Tea cards from Fire Witch Tarot here on YouTube. What do others assume about you? What do others assume about pile number 2? Oh my God. Oh my God. The Obsessive Lover card. People feel like they would become obsessed with you. They assume that if they were to be with you, that they would become obsessed, and then you would leave them crying and upset like over you, because you just got it like that. Okay, you can be someone who's just like very, very attractive, and people just, you know, they like your vibe. Or you could just be someone who has, I think you guys have like really interesting eyes, like very interesting face. Like I said, you could like to travel as well. You have a lot of appealing qualities that people would like, you know, in a partner. What do others assume about pile number 2, Fluorite? Always partying and reflecting. Okay, like I said, because I was getting that you guys actually don't do that very much. So I actually, because these came out together with the reflecting, I feel that people assume that you maybe went through a partying phase when you were always partying, but now you're really reflecting on your past, and you're like, I don't really want to do kegger bombs on like a Thursday night anymore. Like, I don't really want to do handstands on the keg Friday night anymore. Like, I'm just tired of all that. That kind of thing. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Some people could assume that you're still like a bit wild, but I think most people assume that you have actually like calmed down a lot from like when you were like younger, like in college or in high school for some of you. What do others assume about you? What do others assume about Fluorite? Others assume that you drink less than you used to. Anyway, jackpot, winning money, got rich, inheritance, unexpected money. Others assume that you have come into like quite a bit of money, or that you're making a lot of good money for yourself, okay? Others could, excuse me. These people, I'm gonna say what I need to say, and I'm gonna say my anecdote. But others could assume that you came into this money unfairly. I was like choking on my words because I feel like this wasn't even true at all. You know what I mean? I don't want to wish bad at anybody, but these people are definitely choking on their words. Like, it's not true at all. You got your money fair and square. Like, you worked hard for it. Or, you know, you wanted the lottery or whatever. You deserve it. But people assume that you just came into a bunch of money, or you got like a lot of success overnight. Maybe you're somebody who has like a social platform, you have people following you, or you're just popular. Right? Something you do is like, your job is really great, things like that. People assume like, oh, like they just got lucky. Like, they just got lucky and that's how they got that job. But it's really that you have a great resume. Like, what? You know what I mean? That's so funny. Others assume that you earned it. Others assume that it's luck, you know? So what do people assume about Fluorite? Love on the brain. Okay, dreaming, fantasizing, daydreaming, and nostalgic. Yeah, people think you're so hot, and there are a couple different reactions to this. You see that people want to be like mad at you, okay, and like low-key like bully you on the internet, bruh. Let hot people live. You know what I mean? Let people live in general. It's just too much. But yeah, people assume that there are many others who are also daydreaming about you. You know what I mean? You have admirers who assume that there are many other admirers of you. And some people are triggered by that, and they want to be like, you're not all that and a bag of chips, send. Like, okay. And others kind of assume that like, oh, you're just putting yourself out there to like look good, but like, or to push your compliments, but is it your fault that you're good looking? No, that's the way Divine Spirit intended it, period. Period. Okay. Let me getting hyped up. Let me chill. Okay, let's see. What do others assume about you? hate when people trying to come for my viewers. Like, what is this? Head in the clouds, head in the clouds. People could assume that you're not actually as smart as you are, okay? People who don't know you. And, you know, they can see your LinkedIn profile and know your job title and everything about you and still think like, like, Fluorite isn't really as smart as they say that. Like, are they really that smart? Yeah, they are. But people assume that you kind of have your heads in a cloud a little bit, that you like to daydream, you have a lot of big ideas, that you could be like spiritual. People could assume that your spirituality means that you're not like that intelligent, which, where they do that at? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Okay. People could assume that you like always come out on top as well. Like, when it comes to difficult situations, you just always come out on top. All right, now let's get a little bit 18 plus with the Divine Masculine Beast Unleashed deck, also by Fire Witch Tarot. What do others assume about you? She has really great decks if you guys need something, you know? Ooh. Blow me out of the universe, bruh. Okay, I'm hearing what that mouth do. People think you have a beautiful mouth, and they think that you'll be really great at giving head, okay? They assume that your head is fire, like Punani Dasani, and it came with the throat game, okay? Pile number one's got great throat game too, so I don't know what's going on. My pile number ones might be in my pile number twos as well. Hey, if you came over, what do others assume about you? Pile number two. Okay. I always feel blessed after making love to you. Ooh, period. Others assume that you have such beautiful energy. Just to be in your energy field is to be blessed. Seriously, they really do think that. And it's because you have such a kind energy, kind face, that kind of thing. They feel like you you ever heard of that term, sexually transmitted demons, or like, I don't want to say demons, but like, what is that term? Where you, like, you know, you have an energy exchange while having sex. People feel you would transmit them blessings. You know what I mean? You would give them blessings just by having sex with you because your energy is so bomb. What do others assume about you? Others assume that you're naturally lucky and that you would give them luck as well. Okay, this one says, let's pleasure each other in the shower. I want to see you completely wet. Yeah, people feel like you would be really sexy in a bikini, that you would look really sexy like on the beach or like wet in water with your hair wet. And I don't want to hear like, oh, I don't have a bikini body in the comments. If you put a bikini on your body, that is a bikini body. That's what I believe, period. Okay, what do others assume about you? Fluorite. If you want to know more about this, be sure to subscribe and look at the what do others assume you're like in bed reading. So I'm gonna get a lot more of these. Okay. Oh, yikes. Okay, this one says, I want to eat your cookie and watch you climax and shake. And then the next one says, I would like you to F me to sleep. Again, okay. I'm just gonna, again, throat game is fire, okay? It doesn't matter who you're into. It doesn't matter what gender you're into. He will feel like you'd be really great on going down on them. All right. And also people assume that you would like to also receive head. Okay. People also assume that, again, you're so good at making love that you could just knock them out. You know what I mean? Punani's so good they call me NyQuil. That kind of thing. Wasn't that a lyric in like some kind of rap? It wasn't Punani, but that's what I'm trying to say. All right. Let's look at the white cards. Sorry, I'm like all over the place. What do others assume about you? What do others assume about my Fluorite people? I want to be with you, but the timing isn't right. That's really interesting. You know what I'm getting? I'm getting that an ex or two wants you back, but they assume that you wouldn't be interested, that the timing isn't right for them. And it ain't. Okay. Oh, not the ex trying to take over the reading. No. We're not going to do that today. But it did say, I'm not proud of the person I've become. That's from your ex. We're going to put that straight back. Okay. What do others assume about you? Because that's not about you, I can tell. What do others assume about my fluorite people? The responsibilities of this relationship are not appealing to me right now. This is really funny. If you guys resonated with pile number 1, Rose Quartz, I suggest you check it out because we got some of the same cards. The aesthetic between you two is a bit different, but you could also resonate with that. People assume that you're happy with your friend group and that you're happy with the people that you surround yourself with right now, and that you're not looking for others to like be in your aura at the moment. Like to be in your space. You know what I mean? What do others assume about you? I have serious feelings for you. It came out in reverse. Others assume that you don't catch feelings easily, okay? But when you do fall, you fall hard. Others also assume that they would fall hard for you, that if they got with you, they would fall in love. What do others assume about those who chose fluorite? What do they assume about those who chose fluorite? Divine Spirit. I love your hair. Wow. People assume that you take really great care of your hair because they love your hair. They think it's really beautiful. No reverse message there. I'm committed to making this work. People assume that if they got into a relationship with you, they would want to make it work and they would want to be your spouse because you're just a really great person. Again, that they would be obsessed with you. What do others assume about you? What do others assume about fluorite, Divine Spirit? Damn, you're one bad bitch. Okay. Yeah, they think you were sexy. You're super hot. People assume that you know that as well, that you know that you're very attractive. And do, okay? And do. I feel like y'all know. What do others assume about you? Okay. I want to get to know more about you. Yeah, okay, people assume that others also want to get to know more about you, that others are also curious about you, okay? What do others assume about you? I will reach out to you soon. Expect a text or call, okay? This could be someone from your past wanting to reach out to you, TBH. And it also is about other people expecting that you have an active social life. Okay, and that you're like very interesting to be around. People want to be in your energy all the time. Alrighty, that is what I have for y'all today. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to smash the thumbs up button if you did, and subscribe to my channel. I post videos each Wednesday. If you would like a personal reading from me, I would love to help you out. Go ahead and look at my website, lunarlighttarot.com, and that will explain everything about a reading to you. And what else? I have the OG reading for you all. It's going to be all about what do others assume that you're like in bed. You must be subscribed for that reading, of course. It's for all my subscribers. That's what my intention is for that reading. So go ahead and click the subscribe button, head on over there, find out more of these 18+ messages. But yeah, that's it. Hope you all enjoyed it. I'll talk to you in the next one. Okay, love and light. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Last but certainly not least, I have the red Jasper for you. Let's go ahead and get into your reading. What do others assume about you? Be sure to smash the like button on your way in, and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you are interested. I post new videos every Wednesday. If you'd like a personal reading from me, I have my website, lunarlighttarot.com. You can get a reading with me over there. And I have the OG reading for you all. It's going to be all about what do others assume that you're like in bed. That's all for my subscribers. If you want to watch that reading, please be subscribed. Okay. Woo, let's go ahead and get into it. What do others assume about you? Red Jasper. What do others assume about you? Red Jasper. I guess a lot. I guess there's a lot of people assume about you with that many cards coming out. Let's see. One card at a time, please, Divine Spirit. Okay, this one wanted to flip over. So we have the 4 of Coins. Okay, others assume that you are kind of like to yourself and that you keep your energy pretty guarded because you have really great and very powerful energy, okay? People can actually really feel your energy when you step into a room. It's kind of like you can shift the energy in the room from even like your mood or just walking in. You're very high vibe, so people really notice you when you walk into a room. Also, people will notice your eyes as well. People think that you have really gorgeous eyes. What do others assume about you? People assume that you are like protective with yourself. What do others assume about those who chose red jasper? The Two of Wands in reverse. Others assume that you have a lot of options. Sorry, this is the actually this is the Four of Wands in reverse, but it still stands. Others assume that you have a lot of options and that you're kind of still looking for what you want to do in life. I don't want to say stability because I don't really feel that necessarily, but that you have a lot of options, a lot of possibilities, and that you're open to searching through those possibilities, okay? So you're not afraid of change, and you're very interested in what the world has to offer you. People assume that you're very passionate about your career as well. If you have a business, very passionate about that. What do others assume about you? The Judgment card. Others assume that you have really great judgment. Oh, they also assume that you will like work out, that you have a really sexy body, okay? Even if people can see your whole body like online or like at work on a Zoom call or something, they assume that you have a really sexy body. People really love your face, especially in your eyes, like the eyes coming through heavy. They assume that you look really sexy naked. People assume that you have like an angelic presence when they get to know you because, again, you are like protected by your own energy. What else? People assume you take great care of yourself, like your hair and like your hygiene. People assume that you have really great judgment, you know, great discernment. What do others assume about you? People assume that you see through them and that you know like what they're thinking sometimes. The Nine of Cups, okay, people assume that you have really great energy. You have a lot to offer to people. People assume that you are like the life of the party when you get drunk or like when you go out. Like you have this really great energy. People just love to be around. People love to be around you when you are like a little tipsy or like if they're going out together with you. Like you really are the life of the party. People assume that you would bring everybody's mood up and that you would liven up whatever event that they have going on. People assume that you're really funny, by the way. What do people assume about pound number 3, red jasper? Alrighty, well, let's take these last two. Well, okay. People assume that you would walk away from all the BS. So you walk away from BS because maybe you've been there before and you've been stuck in situations that were, you know, difficult for you, or people who were trying to put you down and make you smaller than you were, or, you know, you could have had addictions in the past, things like that. And you've walked away from everything that held you back from who you truly were. People assume that you will never, ever go back to the previous version of who you were, and you're always going to keep moving forward to the next level. Okay, we love that. Let's go ahead and get into the what's the tea from Fire Witch Tarot. What do others assume about my pound number 3s? Okay. Unbothered. Oh my God. Yeah. People assume that you just cannot be bothered by, you know, people from the past and, you know, any kind of like BS. You just don't bother with it. You know, you're chilling there. You're smoking your cigarette. I'm just kidding. Some of you could be, but you're just living life. You're not going to let anything affect you. Okay. You let things roll off you like, you know, like water on butterfly wings. I don't know. What do people assume about you? They assume that it's hard to get under your skin. Scarcity tactics. You know, people assume that you've been in relationships before where people try to make you feel less than, right? Or that they didn't have enough time for you, that they didn't have enough resources for you, because that's what you don't tolerate now. You know what I mean? You don't tolerate that kind of behavior. You're like, boom, dead it. You know what I mean? You don't deal with that. So people assume that you've dealt with it before and that you know what to do. Like people assume that you know how to handle players, okay? What do people assume about red jasper? Lonely in reverse. Yeah, you're alone is not lonely. People assume that you guard your energy on purpose from people because you're not trying to deal with anybody's BS. You know what I mean? You're not lonely. You're strategically putting yourself in this corner. That way, Becky and Bobby over there are not like banging on your door. Like, who is this? Those of you who watch Brittany the Intuitive Cosmic Wifey know what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. Y'all check her channel out. She's dope. Okay. What do others assume about you? Okay. Incarcerated. Bruh. Oh my God. I'm not getting that people assume that you're in jail. Okay. I'm not getting that. What I'm getting is that people assume that you live in people's heads rent-free. Rent-free. Okay. That's what I get from the incarcerated card, that you're always like in people's heads, like locked up in people's heads. Yeah, people do have like obsessive thoughts over you even. These are people who are kind of like still in this devil energy, by the way, I'm getting. But you're just unbothered by these people. These are like your exes, by the way. Still fiending. They still fiending. Yup. What do others assume about you? Others also assume that your exes are still fiending. Like, people assume that people from your past cannot get over you. And they don't. And they don't. What do others assume about you? They be right on that one anyway. I want to point out these are assumptions. They don't have to be necessarily true about you. But yeah. Red Jasper. What do people assume about Red Jasper? Yeah, I'm not really feeling these. I was gonna pick one, but then nope. Okay. Running. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, people assume that you would run away from any kind of BS. You just don't deal with that. Also, people think you look great from the back. Okay? You look great from the back. You have a really great butt and leg shape, by the way. Ain't shit. And you run away from anybody who ain't shit. Like, you're just not about it. Pardon my French, guys. But yeah, you don't deal with waiting for people to come around. You're just uninterested, okay? You're not gonna deal with anybody who's playing games. All right, you roll your eyes and you move on. That's it. What do others assume about my pile number 3s? Impersonator. Whoa. People assume that others imitate you because you are thebomb.com, okay? The thing is, with you guys, you don't follow the trends, you set the trends. These are my leaders. Like, y'all are my leaders in this pile, okay? So people like to dress like you, like to copy you. They like to, impress your former lovers by acting like you. Yes, I said it. I'm getting hyped out. Let me chill. But seriously, yeah, people feel like that they want to impersonate you, and others are noticing, like, did you see so-and-so down the block got a perm because Jasper is growing out their hair and they have curly hair? Ain't that a mess? Like, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Did you see so-and-so down the block got acrylic nails because Jasper's always wearing their nails long? Interesting. Okay, so these are the Divine Masculine Beast Unleashed deck by Fire Witch Tarot. And I just used the What's the Tea deck, also by the same person, Fire Witch Tarot on YouTube. So let's check it out. All right. What did they assume? Your spirit haunts me at night between the sheets. What did I say? People assume that your exes are not over you. And they ain't. And they're not. You know what I mean? Yeah, they assume that. They assume that you're really great in bed as well. And that one time would not be enough. That they would need to, they couldn't hit it and quit it. They need to try and do it again. What do others assume about you? What do others assume about my pile number 3s? Red Jasper, Divine Spirit. What do they assume? Okay, here's one. I picture you in thigh highs and stilettos with big messy hair. Yikes. People assume that you are so sexy in lingerie. And like I said, people assume that you look really sexy naked. That was one of the first messages we got. You know what I mean? So people are assuming that you look really hot in different clothing and lingerie and sexy costumes. People assume you look really hot on Halloween. That's random. But yeah. What do people assume about you? You helped me heal past sexual trauma. Wow, people feel like your touch is healing. They assume that your touch is very healing. And that being with you is like, you know, being blessed. What do others assume about my pile number 3s? If you guys want more 18 plus messages, be sure to check out the What Do Others Assume You're Like in Bed reading. That's for my OGs, my subscribers. Let my genitalia be your alarm clock. Oh Lord, y'all can read it. I'm not gonna say it. YouTube's gonna come for me. Wow, it says let's make love underneath the stars while playing our favorite songs. People assume that you are both freaky and romantic. That like making love to you would still be like very freaky. You know what I mean? People could assume that you're like a little bit, you know, you're frisky. People could assume that you're like kind of frisky. They could assume that you like it in the morning, or you look very good in the morning. Okay, they could like want to wake you up to sex also. Okay. Let's check out my white cards, and then that'll end off the reading. Don't worry, we still have plenty to go, guys. Okay, what do others assume about you? What do others assume about my red Jaspers? Your beauty is haunting. What did I say, guys? Seriously, you had the word haunting, like haunts twice. So your exes are not over you. Anybody who's looking at you is like, damn, they are so fine. The face, the body, the hair, the everything, guys. Like, y'all look so good. What is y'all's beauty routine? Please let me know in the comments down below. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I need to know. I need to know. What do others assume about you? Y'all are so funny. I love you guys. What do others assume about you? I just don't see this working out. I'm sorry. Others assume that you would reject them because you're too fine. Like, people feel like you just wouldn't be into them, especially your exes. Like, they feel like you're not into that anymore. And you're not. Like, you're probably not. What do others assume? I'm ready to be together. I'm ready to be together. Yeah, a lot of people want to be in a relationship with you. I won't even hold back. Like, they want to be in a relationship with you, but they assume that you would run away from them, that you're not into it, you know? Again, that you're happy the way that you are. If you're single, they feel like you're happy single. If you're in a relationship, you're happy in a relationship. You know what I mean? It's just, you're doing good. Period. What do others assume about you? Okay. Oh, this is not a turning over. It says, I have a lot of dirty thoughts and fantasies about you. Ah. Okay, the underneath says, I'm trying to make you thirst for my attention. Is it working? Other people feel like, or they assume that because you take good pictures of yourself, you're putting up thirst traps. But, I mean, you just look good. Is that your fault? No, it's not. Anyway. But yeah, but those thirst traps, or those pictures, I should say, people definitely have a lot of dirty fantasies about you. It's not your fault that you're fine as hell. What else we got? What do others assume about you? I'm worried about you. Are you okay? Okay, this came out under the impersonator card. LOL. Okay, so I was like, I know they're good. Okay, other people feel like you have a small social circle. People who are like very extroverted or have a very large social circle assume that like you must be kind of sad because you don't keep any people around. But I feel like people also like they think that, and then they catch themselves and they know that like no, they're just not dealing with any BS. But this is really about the impersonators. People assume that your impersonators have a screw loose. You know what I mean? Like they're one piece short of a fruit pie. Cause like, why are they impersonating you? Like, what is this? Okay. They'll have literal impersonators, like you're someone who's on social media and people are pretending to literally like take your pics and be you. Even if you don't know it, I feel like you have people who are like maybe using your pics on like Tinder profiles. You know what I mean? Like trying to impersonate you in that way. Or these could be literally people who are like dating your exes. They know about you and they're like, oh, let me do my hair like so-and-so. Like, let me kind of act like so-and-so because I know that they would like that. Yikes. This is what I'm getting, guys. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the messenger. These people are the fruit pies. Okay. What do they assume about you? What do they assume about you, Divine Spirit? What do they assume about Red Jasper? You can do better than me. Yeah, they assume that you can do better than them. That's why they're not. That's why you're not interested in them. All right. Spiritualist, healer, witch. People could assume that you are a witch or a healer. You're an empath. Angelic persona as well. People, okay, when they get to know you, or even when they're in your energy, people don't even have to know you to feel this from you. They feel a lot of angelic energy from you. These are like my earth angels in this pile, okay? So people are really, you know, feeling the divine energy coming from you. You're very in tune with the divine, and they're like, what the hell is that? It's very, not alarming, but it's striking to people. Yeah, it's striking. What do others assume about you? These are the last two cards here. Here it goes. Oh, I already got this card. So funny. I have like over 100 cards in this deck. The responsibilities of this relationship are not appealing to me right now. This tells me that people think, again, that you're very content with where you are in your personal, social, romantic relationships. You're not really looking for the people to like make you feel good or like whatever. You got yourself and you got spirit, lol. Or you got your person, you know? Like you're happy in your relationships. That's what they assume about you. What's the last one? You're my best friend. Oh, this is so sweet. People assume that you would be their best friend if they got to know you. Like, you're just so awesome. Like, you could be their best friend. Oh, I love that. Okay, we'll end it off right here. I hope that you all enjoyed this reading. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Wednesday. If you'd like a personal reading from me, I would love to help you out. Go ahead and check out lunarlighttarot.com. That's where I have my like shop, and you can book a reading with me over there. It's in the description, so you don't have to type it out. And of course, I got the OG reading for you all coming up in just a few seconds, just a few seconds, girl or people. So be sure to check it out. That is for my subscribers only. So make sure to hit the subscribe button if you got to go over there. And it's all about what do others assume that you like in bed. Oof, that you're like in bed. So I'm excited for that one. You know I'm listening in for myself too, period. So I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you in the next one, okay? Love and light. Bye. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the OG reading. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of the reading. I am so appreciative of you guys. So happy to have you all here today, and welcome to this horny edition of the OG reading. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna go ahead and get into what others assume that you're like in bed. If you guys haven't already liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Because if you're an OG, you're not subscribed, that don't make no sense. You gotta be subscribed, boo. So go ahead and click the subscribe button. And what else? And that's it. If you guys want a personal reading with me, that wasn't it. If you want a personal reading with me, you can check out my website, lunarlighttarot.com. But that is it. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, we're gonna use this deck, Divine Masculine Beast Unleashed. Don't be fooled by the Divine Masculine. It is for everybody. Okay. All right. So what do others assume that you're like in bed? We gotta know. We have got to know. Okay, here we are, starting off strong with two cards. Oh, you make me climax so hard, my eyes roll back. Bruh, oh my God. People assume that you're fire, but we knew that already. You know what I mean? Like, people think that you are so bomb in bed. You make their eyes roll back, you make them fall asleep. You know what I mean? Put them to bed, like, night. I gotta chill. I drank like half a beer and I'm like on one, okay? I swear to God. You're probably like, what is up with Lunar in this reading? Like, I had half a beer. Let me chill. Okay. This one says, I want to play with your private parts nice and slow and watch you get turned on. Ooh. So people assume that you like a lot of foreplay and that you're really good at foreplay as well. People do want to engage in a lot of foreplay with you as well, and like make sure that you're very turned on before they get with you. I'm also getting that people would like to tease you a lot, and like make you kind of like beg for the sex, okay? What do others assume that you're like in bed? I take pride in watching you sleep after a good dig down. That's so funny. People really want to give it to you like hard. You know what I mean? And great, grand. The way you fall asleep and just be so tired afterwards. But again, they feel like you would put them to sleep, okay? They feel like you would put them to sleep. What do others assume that you're like in bed? What do others assume that you are like in bed for my OGs? What do others assume that my OGs are like in bed? Guys, thank you so much for being subscribed. Thank you for being like part of the channel, part of this community. I'm so appreciative. I just want to say that. I want to make tantric love all night long. Ooh. People assume that you have like this beautiful, passionate energy in bed, and they don't want the sex to end, okay? Like they don't want to end. They just want to be with you, be beside you, be inside you forever. Ay. Okay, what do others assume that you're like in bed? Don't worry, for my guys, I'm not forgetting you out there. You know what I mean? They want you to go all night, babe. Okay, I'm addicted to our sex. People assume that they will get addicted to you, that they'll become addicted to the sex. And would. Okay, what do others assume that you're like in bed? What do others assume that you're like in bed? Let's pleasure each other in the shower. I want to see you completely wet. Okay. Others assume that you could like to do it in some interesting places, like the shower or on your couch or, you know, outside, that kind of thing. They could also assume that you look really sexy naked or in a bikini. I'm hearing sex on the beach as well. Like you could like that, or that, you know, that you would like that one day. What do others assume that you're like in bed? What do they assume that you're like in bed? You're my favorite type of fuckery. Oh my God. People assume that you're mischievous, okay? That you're kind of like frisky and freaky. Not necessarily kinky, but that you're like very frisky and mischievous, okay? What I need is a few bottles of wine and a hell of a good time. Yeah, you are a great time. In and out of bed, okay? People assume that you like to do it like a little bit tipsy, or that you like to be tipsy. They would kind of like to see you tipsy as well, is what I'm getting. That you're a great time. You're just so fun to be around. Okay, when you laugh, I'm just saying this right now, guys. When you like laugh at someone's joke, they and they stare at you like, huh. They kind of imagine like having sex in that moment. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, when you laugh at people's jokes and you show your teeth and you laugh, like they think that's so sexy. That's so funny. If any of you guys ever like do like, how do I explain this? Like you touch the rim of your wine glass or something like that. You know what I mean? Like if you ever do that, oh my God, you have people going crazy. If you touch things like lightly with your fingers, like ooh, or you touch them lightly with your fingers. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Okay. What do others assume that you're like in bed? Y'all got a gaze too. Y'all got them eyes. Y'all got them eyeballs. Okay. People are looking at you like, oh, them eyes are beautiful. Okay. Show me how you pleasure yourself. People assume that you know how to pleasure yourself, and that you be really like the faces that you make are really sexy. Oh, people assume that you would be a great corn star. Oh, yeah. Okay. People assume that you would be really, really great on video. That's crazy. Yeah, it's true. It's true. People assume that you have a great O face. That you're like very hot when you get to like moaning. What do others assume that you're like in bed? Yeah, 3 coming out. I'm feeling all of them. I love your devilish attitude. Like I said, you're mischievous. They assume that you're mischievous. Unleash the beast. I want to go wild on you. They've already said that. They want to go wild. They want to go all night. They assume that you're a little bit wild. I want to fall asleep on your luscious booty. What is it these people have fallen asleep? Okay, someone's sleepy. Who is sleepy watching this reading? I'm just kidding. Y'all can sleep. It's fine. Yeah, they think your butt is beautiful. Okay, y'all have a really gorgeous butt. And they assume that you look really sexy if y'all like to ride, like riding it backwards, okay? Or that you make their like cheese clap. Oh my God. Oh, good. I'm like, my parents better not be watching this freaking reading. Parents, do not watch this reading, Mom. Okay, anyway. What do others think that you're like in bed? My mom be hitting me up like, oh my God, that was great, but I couldn't watch the rest. Like, oh no. Don't watch, Mom. Okay. What do others assume that you're like in bed? What do others assume that you're like in bed? I'm a grown woman. It's okay. Okay, knowing that you're my twin flame turns me on even more. And y'all know how I feel about twin flames. I do not believe in twin flames. I have a whole video about why I don't F with that concept. You can look it up. It's called My Truth About Twin Flames. I gotta plug myself. You know how this goes. But this person feels like you are people, right? They feel like they could be soulmates with you. A lot of people do because you just gotta like that, to be honest. And it turns them on a lot to know that they have an emotional connection with you beyond just sex, right? People assume that they would fall in love with you and that if they were to have sex with you, it would like prove to them and you that you two are soulmates. But you just got that bomb energy. It's not really like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? What do others think that you're like in bed? I want to get you alone and give it to you hotter than hell. Yeah, people assume that you were very, very hot in bed. That you look good. Like, you look really great. That's I'm getting the corn star thing. Like, you could be, like, on film. Some of y'all are on film, okay? Some of y'all are OnlyFans people, and I support it. Aggressively. Okay? Your sex is my ultimate high. Oh, my God. People could want to do you, like, while they're high or, like, while they are, like, tipsy. And they assume that you would be the best they ever had. Lord, who is watching this pile? Y'all are some bad ones, okay? You help me heal my past sexual trauma. And I want to French kiss your lips down there. Oh, Lord. I'm not going to say that word right now. I'm going to get demonetized, guys. Yeah, they feel like your sex is very healing, and people assume that you'd be really great on going down, especially if you're a guy. Like, they feel like you'd be really great on going down on, like, a woman, or, you know, vice versa. You're just really great at giving head, okay? Look, it says, let's watch Corn and see what they do. If y'all don't know what I'm referring to by saying corn, y'all are too young. Get out of here. No, but seriously, let's watch Corn and copy what they do. So again, people feel like you could be a corn star. That's it. That's it. Okay, that's what we're doing today. I hope that you all enjoyed it. I had so much fun today. This was so like funny and lighthearted. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I'll talk to you in the next one. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate y'all so much. I'll talk to you later. All right, love and light. Bye.